Hello and welcome. Right, we are back on Drumard Farm, and I know that's an obvious statement. It is always, but I just like to say hello, really, is what I'm on with. I thought we'd do the bit of a clean-up because there's a lot of like little marks, I mean a lot of little marks on these little fields. And I do like tidy fields, yeah. Never used to, it never used to bother me. I have got more meticulous, which I think is a good thing, not a bad thing. As a virtue farmer, I do now like to sort of like do... I've always liked to do my best, but what your best is changes, as in like your expectations and that. I always think it's sort of like a training process where you like, as a virtue farmer over the years, I mean from FS19 to FS22 to now to FS25, as a virtue farmer, your expectations of what is goods and what is acceptable, it does change. It does with the way that you play the game and like, yeah, no, with the way you play the game, that'll do. So yeah, let's get this sorted. And trying to think that we are in October. We've done all of our crops. There's only one more field for this to do, I think. I thought it was about time this thing, because I could have used the Fent or anything like that. I thought, no, the Fent gets used all the time. I've had a massive clean out of mods as much as I dare. I've just been on New American, like looking at some of the video, because it's the last upload on the last session I've actually got. So I've not finished the series. Again, another casualty of me... I'm going to say burning out, because I think it really was. As a human being, I'd just had enough of all the horribleness of the game. And it was literally like that. I think the final straw was precision farming. I'd put it back on. And I'd gone on to Riverbend Springs. I'd gone on to Riverbend Springs. And it was a right mess on the fields. And Scoopskid said, and I'm not blaming Scoopski, that's not what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Scoopskid said it was alright on his. Now, it depends. Scoopskid's a new player, so your expectations are based upon like what you've seen. Now, my expectations are based upon precision farming as it was in FS19 and FS22, which is sort of like stable, and it would be across properly all of the screens. That's not what we got. It was horrible. I think we've done... No, we're still... Let's just check tidy up. I'd like these to be looking alright. And then we need to grab the stone picker also, which really a sensible person would probably grab now before we do the cleanup, because at least it's starting on one of the fields. Isn't it typical? It's not long since we actually ran that across to the other side. Right, okay. Let's grab you. You will do nicely. Let's take these two back. Yeah, we're going to take some back. And our main fields are over here. But I don't think we're ever going to do the big field as sugar beet. So, do you know, really, again, these are going to be left over here due to the fact that we are going to build a shed. Yeah, at least one shed. Yeah, the only thing I'm not very pleased about this, and it is, I know it's a random thing, I'm an impatient person, and it takes forever. As you like let go, it's sort of like about, well, no, that one wasn't so bad. Yeah, the front one was an absolute nightmare. Right, okay. Do we need to take the straw bales? Oh, probably. Let's be good. So we've got equipment strewn all over the place. I did bring the big one over. Like I say, I'm going to obviously leave... I'm trying to think. No, we're still going to need... Obviously, there's going to be a bit of to and fro. It's only across the road, so it's not the end of the world. Not really. I'd like these to stay as bales. But it's knowing where we can put them. Well, I suppose we have got plenty of room... Well, there's actually plenty of room in the farmyard. There's actually the bale stack, as I called it. The shed where we did that. That's... Yeah, that can possibly go in there. Yes, I've had a really good cull of all my mods, even some from Giants that I thought, no, I've got some good ones from Biggins in that series, so why would I need like Giants as well? You know, like just grab Biggins. I like it. And then there's a few class packs that I've liked, but there's gonna be, I know there is, on some of the Let's Plays that the long ones, I know already New American is missing my new, I removed the old water tankers, not sort of thinking about the longer Let's Plays that had been on for a long time, and looked at the last video, just checking there were no mistakes on the video, and I noticed the water tankers, and I thought, oh no, they're gone. They've got so I'm going to have to go on New American and sort of say that these are the replacements for. Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll get past because of the arm on this. It's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit narrow that way. We always knew that. That was never really the main reason we did what we did. It was more to access field 13 that was done. So let's stick these backwards. I think the last bay is accessible. So let's stick them down there. No, it's not. You were totally wrong. Have I done something down there to leave this mess like that? Not sure. No, because that box was the only one there. I think it's just a bit of mess. So we could shove them across this end, really. It's not going to hurt, is it? This is more for like the bedding and the straw. I thought it was easy to lug bales than it is to do anything else, really. But I didn't want to like push the entire thing. So if we just stick these sort of like that, I think, oh, maybe forwards a little bit, because I think we're going to bash into the tree. It's hard to tell. Yeah, obviously the game's sort of telling you it's 3D, but your brain knows it's not, which is why it really doesn't translate into 3D. Ooh, okay, a bit of break up there. Not too terrible. Right, okay. Stick that back in there then. The poor mowers, you know, leaning on things. It is weird. Obviously, the game is very complex, and so much as you can have collisions, but you can have collisions that only affect people, only affect vehicles, only affect objects. That hasn't got collisions on for a lot of things. Me mower, that is, I'm talking about. But obviously, you can see it has got collisions against bales. Go figure. Oh, right, anyway, let's grab this stone. And let's, I think there's plenty of room in there for, like, yeah, the amount of stone we're going to get off this. You don't get that much, do you, really? I mean, well, it's got 5,000 litres, 10%, so it could have, yeah, it's got 50,000 litre limit. So I think we're good. This needs repairing, so let's do that as we pass. I presume we've done our animals. It is like 1:45 in the afternoon, so if we haven't, we want shooting. Yeah, definitely good. And yeah, just the bairns left, aren't there? Yeah, plenty in that too. So excellent. Yeah, the only thing that was a bit of a shocker was the 102 horsepower just towing the mover. I've never known that to go. I think it, like I said, it'd got to be. I always say this about every tractor's got something that's its Achilles heel, something that it really doesn't sort of fit well with, and I just think it's got to be that. It's got to be really. I know we said we wanted to repair this, but then we've come around the wrong way, which is not the repair way. So let's reverse down there. If no, it's clearish. It's clearish for anyone who's reasonably skilled in reversing. Whether that's me, that is to be seen this morning. It's going to rain in a bit. To be honest, this doesn't matter if this takes all winter, this particular task, but I just wanted to set it going because it's never going to like do it if we're not, you know, actually starting the process. So that's why I thought, let's get this. Ooh, going through my arms, which doesn't matter, but it does look a bit weird. And repair, yes, a lot. Excellent. No, I'm happy to have it mucky. It proves it's been working hard, and it has. It's not too terrible. We could stick the stones in there as we're passing. We could, it's true. I mean, I doubt very much we're going to like fill it with another 45,000 litres, but if it makes me happy, then why not? Let's do it. Gordon Bennett. So we have our grass field, the new path, which we need to make the ramp over there. Obviously, we've got all winter, so there's quite a bit of wood chippery to do. Not because we need the wood chips, but really just to make a bit of an area for the shed across the road. We might not need to do an awful lot, because, I mean, a lot of this we would be doing over the years. These two little bits of forest over here. We are going to sell the other forest back. We only did it really for to make us a proper route, like through the forest, because you've got to do that to own it. I've done it before. If you give it back to the AI, it doesn't suddenly plant trees, thank goodness. But it's more about you've got to own it to do things to. Wow, even this is struggling. Gordon Bennett. This is what. Oh no, let's not moan. Let's not moan. Let's just leave it be. It is what it is. Yeah, tractors seem very weak in comparison to any iteration I've ever had before, but it is what it is. What can I say? This is what we have to play with. Right, let's say you going on this. Yeah, we did well, really. We did very well. And I think we're on the last field. Yeah, we are. It's just obviously tidy up as we can see in these. So let's get this done now and tidied up. We've even got a couple of bits on the edge that they didn't do very well. Gordon Bennett. Right, okay. I can't be doing me little bits of nastiness cracking on. Oh, seriously? Okay, okay. I'm yet to wonder why, Leia, you did something like that, really. Oh, come on. No, I will give you due, actually. Let's just see if we do that. You can, let's just grab that as well. Let's just grab that one that you walloped. No, actually, I don't think you did. Yeah, it is. It's, oh, Gordon, what? Why would you do that? What is the need for you to, like, do, I mean, you're going to wallop into the... If that's the kind of, like, terrible driving... Calm down. Calm down. It is awful. It's going to wallop the... Do you know, seriously? Oh, it's going to wallop the silo that's been put well out of the way. If it's going to take massive swings like that, it's just going to go straight into the silo. You know. No, I've got to, it's true. I've got to stop stressing out like this. It doesn't do my blood pressure any good at all. It really doesn't. And that's again the other thing I realised when I was sort of leaving the game. And when I come in and you see these things that make you incredulous and you think, but it is what it is. That is the bottom line. It's just got to, like... It's... Yeah, it is. I think that is sort of... And it's true, I have got to get used to it again and sort of, like, think, oh, it is just, you know, it's not good. And you've got to get used to not good, and that's just not really me. It's not the way that I am to, like, do that. And that's what I say I realised. But if this is the game, and that's what I sort of proved to myself when I went away for 2 weeks, I don't really want to be going back to, like, things like Starfield and things like that, which are primarily, no matter how much you know, the AI said, I sort of asked, oh, what sort of games can I play that's space games that are like not really violent, and Starfield was one that it suggested. So I tried to embrace that, and with a like non-violent build. The trouble is that the game itself is built almost on the premise as a violent universe, you could say. Yeah, that's the premise, and that is the world your character's in. So I was trying to, on my last run through, because obviously you've got to get used to the game, and I did that. I had sort of 2 or 3 run throughs. I've got the videos. I'm still debating whether or not I actually release them. I didn't do terribly badly, because it's not like I'm a total stranger to this type of genre. It's, you know, it was space games. I grew sort of as a gamer. Egosoft's X series, I literally cut my teeth on that all through the years, and again, didn't play it terribly. I was never a pirate, or you know, like I never used to rob people's ships or anything like that. I just played at miner sometimes, but mainly just I used to be quite good at oh, I knew you would. Let's just sort this out, and Leah, you'll have to wait. You've got to learn to be patient now. It's costing me a fortune. That's just, I don't think it's going to recover from that, though. It seems to insist to want to go direct in every way, so that field's going to be the nemesis for it, really. Yeah, they are waiting, and what costing us money, so you know. Oh my life. Oh, I think we can actually shift out the road if that's... Might not have collisions, but it does still work out. Okay, brilliant. It's not too terrible. Right, have we lifted... Oh, no we haven't. We're still in. That's it. Now then, I've forgotten where I was on my rant. No, I wasn't ranting, was I? Not this time. No, it's literally about Starfield. Yeah, an Egosoft. It's true. It's not a new genre, but I came away, the bottom line is I came away realising that this really still is the game for me. That all things considered, so we did miss one. I did wonder if we'd had any rollers. And we did. So it was worth coming down here. I think it's only the one, though. That's not too terrible. Right, brilliant. So let's set this going on the last field. We're nearly there. And then we're literally going through the winter. We need to stop in December. And we also need to check the water in the greenhouse and the manure. Fantastic, Leah. Fantastic. A little bit too slow on the closing, but you know, you did sort of show effort. Yeah. Right, let's move our worker, because I won't say Leia, because she's long since departed from this job, and she missed a little bit down there. So let's just finish this off properly. Not that she didn't miss any stones though. In you know, that's all that really. Oh my life! What? Go figure. You move BB Mods, my new favourite baler, from one place, and like this, yeah, the Steiger decides I must go through that. I must go through that. Okay. Yeah, this is ever the problem, isn't it? Really. It's like the worker's incapable of working out that they can approach this from about 10 different angles, but they've got to approach it from the one angle that they've chosen. Oh, look at that awfulness. It's so slow. Now, it did miss some stones here. It did. Right, okay, so this hopefully this next 2 fields we should be clear, because there's a... Right, let's set you going. Right, brilliant. Let's crop go across the road, shall we? So that, yeah, it's the devour trees. It is. Now we moved you down. You didn't quite manage to have the oomph to do certain tasks, which is not too bad. I think we did all the liming, but let's have a bit of a look and see what is what. Yeah, no, our fields are all good. Yeah, definitely. These are all ready. Loads of stones on the 2 across the road. Field 5 is clear. There's not a lot of stones on Field 4, actually. Yeah, it's not too terrible. Unlike across the road. But then let's run our little blue one back. Because it shouldn't really be over here. But yeah, one thing we do want is the water tanker from over this side. So let's grab that while we're over this side and take that back over there. Because it's... But let's top this up as well whilst we're going, I think. While we're over here, should I say, not while we're going. Alright, fantastic. Yeah, this has been a long month for us to get to 2 o'clock. Let's see how these stones... they don't look too bad. I'm quite pleased with those. I do like the stones, the concrete pebbles. It is really... really nice. I think we've all got our preferences, haven't we, and things that we like and things that we don't like. I don't think there's a lot of room in here. I think we're not going to take us too long to fill it, but we will have a look. I mean, this is a chugger, so really, quite a bit though, more than you think. I think that'll be, yeah. Definitely more than you think. Yeah, it does prove what I always thought, that if you've got a super greenhouse, the guar glue will start to grow. That which is worth quite a lot itself, actually, strangely enough. Only got, yeah, right, so let's fill. And then we'll stop filling, because I don't want it to, I don't want to be carrying a massive full one over across the road. It shouldn't be too far off. Maybe one more. Yeah, I would say that's not going to be too far off. Yeah, I don't mind carrying a couple of tons across, but I didn't want to carry a full one. It's not brilliant, and it is quite hilly, so you've got to sort of take into consideration the hilliness of the mat, I think. For a little tractor like this, it does really flounder it if it's... I think you're going to be not far off. One of these needs repairing, the tanker, I think. I do think I did repair it, though. I think it's just that it gets damaged every time, and I've never repaired it since. So you did sort of get that right. And it's 175 out of 177, so not too terrible. We could sort of do what I've done on other Let's Plays, and that's to put water in the production silos and just tell them to, like, send. It's a really smashing way of sorting everything out, I think. Right, let's do a little, make sure there's enough water and manure, and make sure that they're, yeah, I think we've got some of our own manure, so, yeah, I mean, pigs are not fantastic on the manure, not like cows, but, you know, it does help. It means we're not having to buy all of our own, to buy someone else's. Oh, I hate it when you just woke up. You're a bit groggy still. Yeah, I'm reasonably pleased with this. I mean, you're never gonna, you know, it sort of looms a bit over the. Now, it's either had to loom over the hedges or engulf the hedges, and I wanted to still have the hedges visible rather than to swallow them up, so that they no longer. Now, this bit here is a bit horrible. Yeah, I've seen a bit of nastiness just there that we really do need to address with a bit of softening just there, I think. Yeah, I think that's not too terrible. Yay, fantastic. So then, greenhouse. water. Can't remember if I got some water, but we're passing 2 sort of water. So we can grab... Oh, okay. Well, I thought we could. Oh, no. Now then. We will see how good this is at lugging 16,000 litres. I think it can do it. I'm sure we've had this before and it was alright. I mean, let's be honest, 16,000 litres, even on a wheeled thing, is a fairly hefty thing, but it can do it. Yeah, I'm pleased we've got 2 of these. Really nice. Right, so let's grab the other one. We'll grab the little tiny trailer. It should be... It should be here, I think. That shows up as a trailer, not as a tanker. Right, it's over, yeah, it's got corn in it if I remember rightly. Let's see if we can top the 2 foods up. I think I'm left-hand tip, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's important for this. I was originally going to make lots of different models, each one with different sort of like strengths, and in the end I settled for one model that basically the one model, it's got its fastest tip side is the left, its right hand tip side, because you don't not always want everything to be like super. Sometimes you want it to be slow or medium, and then other times I've increased them all. They're a little bit better than like standard, but the left hand is the super fast, the right hand is fast, and like the grain door is a bit like the left hand tip used to be. So it's... I think we'll probably get rid of most of it. Yeah, I knew there was not going to be a lot this way. Right, fantastic. We've literally... Yeah, so let's just go and send you across yonder on the opposite field, which you should be able to do all right. There's not an awful lot in your way. He says it's the other fence. Maybe if you approach this in the wrong way, you might actually hit something, but we shall see. Right, yeah, there's quite a bit of tidy up to work to do. Of course there is. Of course there is. It has got worse though, and that's sort of my point. The worker used to be much tidier than this. It's sort of like what I said about FS25. Right at the beginning when Giants were showing off the AI, the ability for them to go across the map on their maps, obviously, because that was all that was available. They showed them so very good at like going across the map, and in time it got worse. And even now, it's not a feature that's really mentioned, almost like it's perfected, but it's not. And the other thing is, map makers seem to struggle with this. There's only real experts. People might slaughter Farmer Bob, but he is a right good modder. He knows his stuff. He is a map maker who really knows how to make a map and really knows almost everything there is to know about. I would say that he's on par with a Giants modder. Really, without the tools, of course, because nobody's got the tools that Giants have got, because they don't share them with their partners. Now, they give them like inferior tools. I mean, why would you do that? But well, so that you're better than everybody else. It's that again, that I'm better than everyone else. Well, you're not really. You're not. If there's an inequality in the level of the tools, actually, your so-called partners, you're treating them with disrespect, and you're putting them on a servant type basis, aren't you, really? Because like you're the masters, because you've got the best tools, and like your servants, they've got inferior tools. If that's respect, then my name's Jack Robinson. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that choice came from. Jack Robinson? It's not even a saying, is it? Well, it is now. We're allowed to be creative. Yeah, it's true. I am my worst critic sometimes. It's true. No, it is true, and I just sometimes like to point these things out because obviously giants talk about partners and they talk about the partner program, but really, that's not a partnership. It's an inequality. It's an imbalance. So yeah, I'm going to say it as I see it, and I'm never intending to be a partner. Don't particularly want to be a partner because I don't agree with the way that giants treat partners. It's not a partnership. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about, but I can't see why the tools you would sort of give to your so-called partners, which sort of implies as a form of respect, why you would like give your partners inferior tools unless it's about you being better than someone else. Yeah, I mean, I bought the modding tutorials. And again, they're written as from genius perspective. Nobody starts that good at modding. You need to be someone to teach you like you're a baby. You know, like the dummies books that they've got. They're not too bad. They're actually much better. But that's how you need to be treated in the beginning, is as a dummy. You know, I mean, it's a horrible. I hate the terminology because that's disrespectful too. You're not a dummy. You know very little about, like, you know, the subject that you're learning. That's the whole point. Of course you know that you don't know very much. I think to be called a dummy is disrespectful, but it's a thing, in it. So what do you say? No, we're full. We can't even get any fuel because we're already full. Yeah, it's a given. That one's sort of like that ship has sailed, because like it's what everybody uses the term for, you know, like modding for dummies, or, you know, like driving for dummies. That's just you've got to get used to that, even if it is disrespectful. Right, so we need to flip around, and this definitely has the ability to turn around if you do it slowly enough, which I didn't. Fantastic. They are absolutely motoring. Absolutely motoring. Right, and that is the main one as well. So let's... wow, I'm well surprised that that's finished that quickly. I know it's big-armed, but I mean, they do faff around, whereas that was like it didn't faff around very much. And then this is the field we may... we did that one. It just, yeah, there's a few wheel marks is all. I'm going to do this side here, in the hope that this is going to... Ooh, you missed those. Well, this is what I was just saying. Sloppiness of the worker. What they consider finished, I really don't think it's... I mean, we all make mistakes like these. You'll miss a few little stones on the edge of the field, but like... how they've been programmed that finished is sort of like... well, that shouldn't take too long because I've done a third of the field, but hey-ho. Right, so we'll see how much we've got left in the corn. More than... yeah, so we can't be using this to do... yeah, so we filled the food again. So now let's stick this in the silo and not... yeah, the new silo, because we can't get that out of the other silo. Whether that was me or whether it just is, as it frequently is, as usually something that's not quite right. Which, it is weird really, because the silo, I mean, I don't know whether they, you know, like Cavalier and all the other map makers, whether they sort of know you're going to put another silo down or what. So I'm not sure how, because to me, it would be fairly important. If all we were doing with grain, I'd still want to use the silo. So to me, it's like you'd think the map maker would check that type of thing. And I'm not, again, I'm not, this could be me. I'm not having a go at Cavalier. This is a general statement that Lady Hill too, it was the same, and that was not me. It really was broken. So, right, let's grab some That arm has really stretched out a bit. Yeah, making it bigger. You can see it is a whopper though. It's the sort of pipe that you really could draw solids from. It's that. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Let's fill it though. Let's grab some more. We'll purchase some from our neighbours, which is not too terrible a thing that you could grab manure. It is one of those things that is in quite large supply in farms in general. So I keep trying to think, what did I put here? It will be the manure thing, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. So really what I'd mean is I'd like to stick a bit of grass back, because I just don't want these green things sort of showing. It just sort of totally detracts, I think, from the realism side of things. But the trouble is the grass isn't perfect either, because it's going to be shorter grass. So we'll just make it a bit of a... So it sort of looks fairly even. Should, if I go slow enough, just about do that. If by just about you mean by climbing the fence, then I agree you can just about do it. Ooh. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? I think we can do it. Right, let's get this done. Then it's really, I think it'll last all the way through the winter with this little lot. It already, I think it would have done anyway, but I just don't like... I also like to draw attention to the fact that we are looking after these, because you don't always see... But I do show you everything, so you will really see that, you know, if I do or don't attend this. So I'd just like to sort of point out that I am doing this. Let's have a good look. How much have you got in there now? 38 tons of water out of 47, so we could have done another one. Oh, it's plenty of manure, actually, and this doesn't go as quick as the water. So I think with this, not going to be too terrible. So I think we'll do one more tub of water, I think. We do want to wash that before we use it for food for our pigs. Yeah, I'm very pleased because this is all natural growth. We only started with 16... Was it 16? 36. I knew the second as I thought, 16? That doesn't sound right. 36 animals is what we started with. And look at how we've done now, and it's all natural growth, so that's really what I really like. Is, you know, when you look at how many we've got now, there's still plenty of room. We've got, it's a 700 odd in the other one. So this is our nursery, the original, and this is our new one with 136, 72, 144. Yeah, it's a nice, easy one to do. So 144 animals. So we could like literally blow this up by another few, you know, like of these. So I mean, these are obviously, these are also ready to reproduce, and them actually, yeah, those two are just through the start of that. So really, we did say we're waiting for this to reproduce before we got rid of this lot. But these, what I mean is these ones are catching up now, as in they're also at that stage where they're going to reproduce. So there's going to be 72 births after this 36, and then they're gone. We've got to start the cycle, and we've got to that stage with livestock where we can take some of them, and that is a real goodly amount that we've got to actually sort of do, and a real good price. I think it's bottomed out. It was 2,000 before, but we shall see. And this is what I was trying to sort of say. you really need to know, well, what's your scale? Where does it end? What is it, 2,500? Is it, what is that scale? So we need to still find that out. But I think, oh, okay, it looks like Jen's not moaning and is actually stuck. What? What? Oh, you know, and I suppose, right, doesn't that say it all? Right, I did that. So why are they back here? It is ridiculous. There's no need to be here. And if you were going to start, you should start here. Why would you be like whacking that of one object on this field and like they had to find it? Right, okay, let's move it. Gordon Bennett. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, no, there's actually other things across the edge of this, really. Let's just move it. Let's move everybody. Oh, you see, they're reversing for another go now. Because you would, wouldn't you? All my life. This is what happens. You get all aerated and then it's all... Yeah, let's just shift this lot out the road because it really is crazy. Let's go on to the path. So I really don't think anyone needs to be like... I mean, it's just amazing where you take the time to like try to sort out a problem like I did, and then like someone goes back in the same place you've already done, and you like think, why would you do that? I'm not sure how this is good at being followed. I'm not sure at all, but right, so I think they're reasonably. I mean, please, Chloe, don't crash down there because there's no need to be down there at all. Right, so then, we have got one of the steps to really stick this away. Oh, we've got a minute. I mean, yeah, I'm amazed at how much we've got because bearing in mind we bought all these fields, we don't need any more fields. We're at that sort of bit where it all starts to become profit because you've got... I don't think there's much equipment now. I think there's one more header we're waiting for, but it's really the mainstay of the Let's Play. Most of the equipment that we needed, we've got, really. So there may be one more 12-meter header, I think, to get. But apart from that, again, I might... No, we've got the stone picker. We've got the... maybe another plough would be... And I've been really ruthless with the plows, really ruthless. I've sort of like thought, well, you only ever use ridiculous Dominic, so just why would you have like loads of other plows that you always think, oh yeah, but you can't mulch with that. So that is my plow section. Yeah, Chris S and Riley S, because I've got their set in, and ridiculous Dominic and everything else. The Giants, cultivators likewise. Very few mods. Base game. I've left the Elmers because I do like that a lot, PC Boomers, and I've also left these by Puscap because I really like those too, so I didn't want to get rid of everything, but I've got almost, yeah, only the packs now in everything. So, I mean, some of these I never use ever, so you wouldn't you? And again, the mulch, yeah, the Colossus pack, and yeah, the Inno is something I'm interested in because it's also a mower. Yeah, I thought it was somewhat a bit different than I expected. And then the stone pickers, I've got Hours and Black Sheep Moddings and the Poisonsia by BDB SSB. Yeah, I always struggle with his name. And then, like, tractors I've been a bit careful because I knew I'd got some in the Let's Plays. But I've got my own planters, so I thought, well, you don't really need... you know, like a shed load. So I've got the Pilatus, the two Pilatus and the Maximus that I did. And I've got Mack Truckers, the Vents too. I don't really intend to use it. I've got to be honest. But it is the same as the John Deere. They're all things you could sell. So I thought, well, you've got to have some things in. And then I've got my own Agricola, which we all recognise is the Kinsey rebadged. Although it does look rather a lot different in its picture. But yeah, and then again, yeah, I've even got rid of sprayers. There was a couple from, I think it was Giants as well. There was one of these Hardy's pack that was like bad, so that's gone. And that's all I've got left. Yeah, some of them, I love the Hispano ones. There was some really nice ones in there. Manure spreaders, I've only got 24-meter ones apart from Oh, I haven't. These an 8-meter one. Oh, I missed that one somehow. The farm tech, yeah, that comes with the pack, so I can't do it. The rest of the ones I've chosen, the 24-meter spread. Yep, including... Didn't I leave Stroutman? Yeah, that one by Hispano. I did. Yeah, and then that one too. Yeah, so most of them are 24-meter spread. It's worth doing. I thinned this as well. It's mainly our own... And then obviously the Giants packs that we've got. Slurry tankers again. I thinned the herd. I like the represent. It's a beaut and very reasonable too. I think it's fixed. The brewery's also a good one too. Reasonably priced. Well, I mean, yeah, no, they're expensive items, aren't they? To be honest, so they're all pretty much. And that one you can stick the things on the back again. So I can go for the Moesca Duo. With that, so again, can be large. Story tools, I've got the original Bowmix by Giants, and really the one I tend to use is that one there, the Moscow Duo 30-meter, because why wouldn't you? So yeah, I've really thinned the herd on everything, really, that's, you know, again, yeah, no, I just have, yeah. It's still 700 odd mods though, so but it really have cooled a lot, and I've just gone for the ones that I like because it so increases the loading time. Now then, how are we doing? Oh, I presume, even though I missed it, that's right. So we've still got a few bits that we've missed here, and they have actually got stones on them. So let's just grab them as we go. I think there's too much. Now then again, let's do this ourselves. Yeah, it's the last field, I think, isn't it? I think this is the last one. So let's get this last one done. No. Yeah, it's not going to take you long to like whiz around this, really, the last field. So let's get this job done. And then we're totally prepped. Totally prepped for next year, which is amazing. Obviously, some of our fields are planted too. I mean, I've got to be honest, we've approached this as a real farmer would, where we've got fields. We're making ourselves self-sufficient, which is fantastic, which you would, wouldn't you, really? With our own equipment, it's fantastic. So that's going to save us a fortune on food, which is brilliant. The best way to do that when you've got to really go to the right, haven't you? So you're gonna like have to come around on yourself to actually do it properly. I do love this. This is my favourite of all time, this one, of like things like this. Mac Trucker did one, and this is just exquisite. It sort of like addresses all the issues that Mac Truckers did have. You know, the collisions in the ground that used to drive me crazy. And don't get me wrong, Mac Trucker's a brilliant modder, but you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? BDB SSB sort of showed that he'd sort of like got its metal. He worked out the problem and he fixed it. Because he is a brilliant modder, I've got to be honest. I say I watch his channel. He's not got much on it, but he really is. He knows his stuff. Oh, wow, this is really struggling. Just sort of emphasises how badly the tractors have been nerfed, because it's hilly, but it's not really awful. I'd hate to see sheer, you know, some of the sheer fields I've seen on certain maps. So yeah, some of like the Alps maps where there's not the one by Lamai, but I mean on like that kind of area that we've had an FS25. I remember one particular one. It's got sheer fields, literally. It was a meadow, and I thought, how on earth am I supposed to tackle that? Because you literally were like almost. It was sort of meant for specialist tractors, and I thought I can't do that. I think I sold the field. It was bad, but I still got some other ones that were nearly as bad. So not bad. So we've only got stones. Well, we need to show the stone screen on field 9, which we're not actually using as a field anyway. We've got 2 little tiny blobs on 11 and 2 tiny little blobs on 13. I don't think that's too terrible. No, I don't. Yeah, I do realise there was the other option we had was going down this area for the fields. But I'm quite happy with what we chose. It really is just straight across the road and straight to our field. So, all things considered, it's not too terrible. Right, so let's look. Is there anything in the sales that's dropped while we've been chatting? There is, but not in our price range. So, we're going to go through till tea time. Yeah, 6-ish. Or maybe... No, that's not bad. Yeah, 6-ish. Not too terrible. Could have been worse. Oh, no, we've gone past it now. And, oh, bit of doubling up. Oh, so the only thing we've got so far is you. Do we need a big tanker? You usually get an option where you get like standards for nothing. Having done this now quite a bit. So there we go. Do we need a big one? I don't think we do, actually. No, I think our medium one that we've got down at the store, I think is enough. So let's go through till 12 o'clock at night. Not a bad tick-up. Seen worse. Not a good one, of course, but yeah. 38. Well, no, we are in that limit now. 38 is not bad. So we will. That's what I've got to get used to, like changing the thing to like what you can see. And within reason, as I said. Yeah, because these can actually drag the things you've just bought. So you're nearly always the 160s on that particular model. We could also, it's true. Oh, trust me to go the wrong way through them. That's just about right. Yeah, that's why we've really got the... it's double fill by default. It's just... It's not not a massive map. I don't think we need it either, really. Do we want to have the hamburger so that it's got the... No, I think we'll manage with what we've got. So let's go through till the morning and then we'll sell all of that lot in daylight. We'll try and be sensible. Oh. That's a little bit fast. A little bit too far, but hey ho. So 87. Obviously, this type of thing sort of shows it's going to be ever decreasing circles, isn't it, really? Like as you're spending your money, it's going to get lower and lower, and then you're allowed. But that's them's the rules, isn't it, really? So, oh, wow. Hands and the Challenger. I do like that. Now, that I'm tempted to buy for us. Because it suits the ground and everything, is what I'm thinking. Right, now then, let's... could buy the Rex, but no, let's well, I'm trying to we knew this would happen. We did know this would happen. We did say, and we have got all winter to do it, so let's not panic about it. Right, let's grab this little lot. Fantastic. Built-in lights from the Sublevimus header. I quite enjoyed using it. That's why I wanted to sort of show the little one. I know I could have easily grabbed like the Sublevimus or even leased it, and I thought no, because I want to show that it's not always, if I was hoping that we would conquer the problem that we had with, you know, the workers working. And obviously Courseplay did actually manage to do that. So I was quite pleased with that too. Let's just sell them. They're going to get in the road anyway, so. Yep. Think. It's a tanker, isn't it? Is there a... No, nothing we can get. It's not very fast in reverse. Let's just quit while we're ahead, I think. Beautiful Schaefer as well. I do love this. It is a real... I've not had it for a while. I'm just... Yeah, I've got to be honest. The Merlot, it sort of is very, very useful. It's got a better reach as well. Obviously, I used to use this as my telehandler machine all the way through FS25. I do love it. I've not gone off it or anything like that, but its reach is a little bit small. Everything's got disadvantages and advantages, so it's not like I'm not speaking. And of course, I could do the same. The Red Rock, I like. It's got deficiencies too. It's like reach, a bit like the Schaefer. It's a very similar type thing. In fact, it may have been the base model, I suspect, for this particular one. Yeah, and then obviously take it into blend and muck around with the things. And hey presto, you've got something that looks completely different. That's mainly what a lot of modders would do to approach almost every thing, is to reskin something that already exists. So you don't necessarily need to do the physics on all the things. Which Giants accept that, because it's you're modelling after a real model tractor. So yeah, it's not that's not expected. You can sort of see there's a similarity. I mean, as in quite a lot. But there's a bit of sculpting gone on with the Red Rock. But you can see that really that probably was the base model that was taken from. So I think that was it. I think the rest is down to the lorry and to sell the Pinnacle. And we may treat ourselves to that as probably... Oh, I did sort of think, you know, with all of the field work going, we were like down to like last tractors, and I thought you probably could do with, in the worst case scenario, one more tractor. You know, like where you... Oh, that's better than I thought, actually. Yeah, so I think there's room for one more, but it would only be for covering us when we really got everybody out in the field, so that you still got another tractor left, and it's a 285 top. You know, which we will do, because again, I think we can afford it by the time we've sold everything. And also there's still things to buy, so yeah, we've not finished yet. I know we've not done the animals, but to be honest, I think we could go 2 or 3 months and we still would be fine with them as they are, because there's that much... As I said, it sort of, to me, represents like an auto feel that you would have. So, 548, excellent. So let's grab Hans's, which has got options that you can only turn down to the John Deere one, which is 8,000. And we'll just sell that. Ooh, very unique colours. No, be careful not to take that out, because it's, yeah, battle of the biggies, and I think the class would probably win. Right, it's brilliant. And this for us, I think. So let's go. Very good. Very, very reasonable. Can we do both? Attaches. 3 points. Beautiful. And that is it. Yeah. Tracks. 66,289. Fantastic. And let's just get that repaired straight away. And I think we are going to finally take the water tanker, which I think we could really do with that. Fantastic. The only thing about this is it's a little bit slow. Yeah, it is. There's no denying this fact. We could take that as well. I think this has got the weight to cope with that on the front. Just. I mean, literally just. Wow. You could just about see through the middle of that safely. It really is. Wow, it's not liking that, is it? Wow. A bit of something going on with the front 3-point link. Did have issues with its front 3-point link before, so it looks like it's still got a few little issues. Don't know what would cause that, because it can be just the editor. It doesn't have to be. It's not even the modder's fault frequently. It can sometimes just need to be put in the editor and saved again, and then everything will settle down, but it's not too terrible. Right. It's moving a little. Let's indicate to the right. Honestly, I did indicate. It just stood instantly. Or I did my normal trick of double clicking. I frequently do that. Yeah, I've got a very nasty habit of clicking twice. When I click once, it just... Oh, we didn't repair somebody. Oh, the water tanker. So we're back down or up to 514,000, but we have bought this beautiful tractor, which I do intend to be the last one. We've got the big 600 and odd horsepower one. We've got the Fendt that's a 465, so I think we've got high end fairly well covered, unless we were going to go massive with our equipment, and I don't think there's any need to go any bigger for our fields than what we've already got. Now, I think the 11 metre and the 9 metre are more than capable, so leave this ready to go across our new path. But it's not finished, so we'll leave it. Right, so then I think probably that's not a bad session, all things considered. We'll have a quick look at our animals. Yep, I think we're good, as I said. Pretty much filled it up yesterday, didn't we? So reproduction, they're going to produce in the morning. They're going to be 2 mornings off. They are 2. There's going to be 72 in a couple of months. Our little ones are now not so little, but they are still obviously small, definitely. They do grow quickly, they're pigs. So that's good. Now it's November. So the one thing we do need to look at is this is going to be on the rise. So how are we looking on this? Not bad. Obviously, it's combined efforts. It's not like just one thing. You can see these are growing quite not. Yeah, my Bionics and my Supers are obviously much better. But I just wanted to see, you know, like this reasonably priced one with reasonable equipment. How can it like go on? And obviously, the other thing is having the Super Guar beans. We are getting like extra. Guar, oh, it's killed it actually. Wow, the guar beans are growing, but the guar glue, it is coping with it. So really, your super is still not quite super enough because it's only just keeping ahead of this. The one thing it is nice to see is that they're all equalish. Yeah, what I was finding originally with a super is it cannot keep up with like 2 or 3 of these. It's like there's just not enough glue going through. So the one thing I'm going to say is it does look like if you were going to do the super, I was right all along that you'd need a couple of these, which I didn't really ever want to do, but I suppose if it's necessary to keep up with the super, it's just the price that you've got to do for that particular type of thing, and boy will it like earn you some cash. So it's a bit like anything, isn't it? You've got to support the infrastructure with what is necessary. So yeah, that's going to be ready in January. Sometimes it's ready in December and it's just as good. You can see they're going yellow already, so yeah, that they're going to be ready probably December. Usually it's ready December, so that's not a bad thing. That's only other business. And our pigs also, obviously when they've given birth, we're going to follow through with the plan, which they are going up though, 2,100. Wow. So we will, I mean, it's still, I was happy with 2,000. You know, there's an optimal place. It's not necessarily the very best. Maybe 2,400, I think. So we're not far off hitting the top of this cycle, really. So when these give birth, then we're taking that 36 and we're going to earn quite a lot of cash, which we've waited patiently, obviously, to get to that stage. And we are almost through to the 4th year for the farm. So it's been quite a thing of patience, really, but it's now beginning to pay off. We're beginning to almost get to the stage where you class yourself as big when you consider this farm has really treated us well with beautiful little start with this like 70 odd or 80 that you're allowed in that small one, the pasture. And then obviously we bought, as you would, the big, well, it's only the medium. It's the medium pig place. But because we went such a massive pasture, half of that field, it really, I've never seen it. I've never done that before where I've gone that massive. I've usually just planted it, put it down with the basic pasture as is. But I thought, well, if you're going to do this, let's do it properly. So it suits us really down to the ground. The 700 odd limits in that is amazing. So, I mean, for a pig farmer, the ceiling's high. It is. And it's not like you're ever trying to achieve that, but definitely good. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this absolutely beautiful map by Cavalier Roy. A complete departure from his normal map as well, which I'm sad about but also happy. It's a beautiful map. And I've got, as a map maker, I've got to say that this is, I personally think, it's exquisite in detailing. And also for, he's released it, I can't see an awful lot of mistakes with the map. There's very little, there's a bit of, so I did work it out, I was looking in editing, the car park down at the store, there's definitely something going on there. There's some hidden collisions on the car park floor, definitely. I was saying, you know, this is not like in this 3-point link or something like that, but it's not that. There was definitely some sort of bumpiness going on over here where there's like hidden collisions, like hidden objects that your wheels will lift somewhere around here. And of course now it's going to make me a liar. Of course it is. Maybe. Was it? Did we have snow on the ground? No, we didn't. There was no snow either for it to be that. So it looks like whatever weirdness was going on appears to be completely gone. There was definitely invisible objects, so I've no idea what that's about then. So no, not even that. Some weirdness with the game itself rather than Cavalier Roy's map. So brilliant. I like that when that's the thing. So I'm going to leave it here. November morning, year 3. I keep forgetting it tells you at the top now, like what year you're on now, which is brilliant. I love that feature. So, yeah, all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.